What's going on, guys? Noah just checking in. Thank you for tuning in to week 2 of the Summer Shred. This, of course, is a continued effort to eat to look good, eat to feel good, and I'm really glad you're here. Last week, I renewed my commitment, felt really good, did an initial weigh-in for this round of weekly weigh-in series videos, and I weighed in at 226.6. Now, I'm not one of those people that feels weight is the only thing or even the most important thing to track or note, but I do think it's an easy thing to document, quantify, and then watch as it changes. Usually it'll change for the better when you have excess fat, which I still do. And so I want to go ahead and get on the scale first and see if my week of eating adhered towards weight loss, which was the goal. So as you guys saw, I lost 1 pound, and I'm really grateful for that. 1 pound weight loss is completely acceptable for me. We're going anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds max. If I start losing more than that, I'd probably up my calories, even though I'm not tracking, but I would just start eating a little more frequently, at least on an intuitive sense. And if I wasn't eating enough, I would do the exact same and maybe cut calories a little bit sooner. Now, the fundamentals of the way that I'm eating consist of lean meat, seeds, nuts, veggies, complex carbohydrates, and no added sugar, no gluten. Trying to stay away from processed food in general, and it's something I've once again gotten pretty damn used to. Mood-wise, depends on the goddamn day. I can't even lie. I don't know. Good, bad, okay. Hour to hour, it can change. I've expressed this in the past, and it certainly continues to ring true. I'm like either doing okay or I'm not doing okay mood-wise. You know, I happen to be a more sensitive soul, and it's something I've really had to work on accepting about myself. I try not to act out or lash out, but I definitely feel the difference between eating like processed food, tons of sugar, whatever, and then not eating any added sugar and any like gluten and all that stuff. It's just different. It's just different. Now, on an intuitive sense, I'm really glad that I'm eating so healthy. I'm eating tons of sweet potatoes and lean meats and eggs and vegetables and fruits and seeds. I know those things are good for me. I know those are brain foods. But on some weird emotional need to sort of like eat to feel good, I'm still adjusting. But overall, I'd say that this week, was a little better than the week before. I am unfortunately a little bit sick. That's actually something that happened last time. I completely rerouted my diet as well, but I can live with it. So diet-wise, like I said, I haven't begun tracking anything. I just don't feel like I'm ready for that. So long as I'm seeing progress in the way my clothes fit, in the way that I'm feeling, in the way I'm sleeping, obviously in the way that my weight is changing, I don't feel like there's any need to meal plan, it's not a meal plan, but track meals specifically, like macronutrients or something like that. I kind of eat when I'm hungry. You know, I'm eating every 2 to 3 hours typically. I'm kind of making a personal pact to myself not to eat right before bed. So my little brother's been doing a really good job at stopping eating around 10. He's going to be a college athlete next year for basketball, and I just think that's a really good, simple rule. Get the food you need in prior to 10 p.m. You know, I have a big history of eating during my witching hour, and it's been going pretty well. My breakfast, it's been very simple as well. I've been eating kind of a lot of the same foods, usually something to the effect of steel cut oats and peanut butter, blueberries, maybe a couple pieces of bacon for breakfast. I post that on my Instagram account often enough. For lunch, something like a chicken breast with some broccoli and some brown rice. That might be typical or common. And then for dinner, we might just do more. You know, maybe dinner I try to favor a slightly less heavy meal, maybe more of like a taco salad or something like that. But we're keeping it simple. It is going pretty well. I'm down to make adjustments as I need to. So exercise has been going really well. My lower back injury, which I talked about previously on the channel, seems to be all but resolved. And I felt really strong. You know, I got under the weight for a near all-time PR for a triple of 435 for squat. And that was a really cool experience. You know, getting back into squatting after hurting my back has been slow going, but working with a chiropractor and then just kind of reaffirming my desire to train has really made that a lot of fun to watch my progress in that respect. That was one thing I really hated about when I was slipping on my diet, is that my motivation and my excitement was lacking when it came to my exercise regimen, and it was affecting me. It was affecting my intensity, and it was affecting my effort. So I had a really good week overall for exercise. I couldn't do as much cardio as I would have liked to do, or HIIT training, but I think it was a really good week in general. Certainly was consistent. I put in the hours and I did some really focused, regimented work. I do plan on starting CrossFit next week to supplement my powerlifting training, and I'm really excited to share some of that shit with you guys because I think it's going to be really interesting and really freaking difficult. Final thoughts for the week was that it was a pretty successful week. I do find myself being a little more neurotic right now than I would like to be. Perhaps dealing with some self-esteem issues, and certain parts of my mental health are not fully going well. But I would say overall depression and anxiety is okay, and it feels really good to be in a rhythm. And I think that's like what I keep telling myself is, look, you found a rhythm. I have not slipped on my diet one single time in about 2 weeks. Not about 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks. And that feels really good. It feels really good, and it's building some credibility within myself, and that's credibility I need. The more I can follow through and the more I can stick to a plan, the better I feel about myself, and that's really great. So it certainly makes me feel better making videos for you guys and just sort of being a part of this because I don't feel like any shame. And I think it allows me to look inside myself and start working on these self-esteem issues and whatever lingering aspects of depression and anxiety that I still deal with, be them more mild. I want to be more in a place to deal with them and actually take action. And food, I was hiding in my meals at night. I was binge eating every single night like I talk about, and I want to keep talking about in case other people deal with the exact same issue. So it's definitely, I'm way more present, and that's good. And I'm going to continue to be present, and I'm going to continue to do things that my counselors suggest and the people in my life that I trust, and I'm going to just surrender to the process. So it was, the week was good. I call it a success. I'm hoping for a little bit more weight loss next week. I would just like that because my all-time low on this channel is 221 since gaining all the weight, and I would really like to just get into some new territory. But I can already tell my clothes are fitting a little bit better. My skin's doing a little bit better, and my outlook is doing a little bit better. But we have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of stuff up in here that I'm working through and dealing with, but I'm really glad for the opportunity. I'm really grateful for you guys. If you're on a similar journey, let me know how that's going. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. What you're about to see now are some posing pictures. I'm totally down to do the posing in picture form at the end of videos for people that want to see the progress of my body. I've never been shy about the fact that I want to have my own transformation video. It's just something I would like to experience. And when you lose weight, be it only a pound, that means it's worth doing some progress picture updates. So that's what you're going to see right now. If you don't want to see that, click away. Otherwise, I hope to see you next week on the week 3 of the Summer Shred. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, link in the description. I'm trying to do a better job at documenting smaller things on that platform. So feel free to follow me on there if you happen to give a mother goose. And otherwise, have an awesome week, and we'll see you guys next week. Let's kill it, and let's not lose sight of what's important, because this is about when 2 weeks in, it would start crossing my mind to slip up, and I'm not trying to be about that life, learning from my mistakes. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.